Maybe you've heard before that Washington, D.C. doesn't have a local culture and that the city is nothing but transplants and government workers. But here's the thing. This just isn't true. At all. One of the best ways to dispel this notion is through the delicious culinary scene. I've lived in D.C. for nearly 6 years, and I can affirmatively tell you that the city is far more than fancy steakhouses and Instagrammable brunch spots. In today's episode of my Tastes of the World series, we're diving into some of my favorite local staples in the district that you shouldn't miss if and when you find yourself here in America's capital city. The Half Smoke. Ben's Chili Bowl is as DC as it gets. After the riots along 7th and 14th Streets following MLK's assassination in 1968, Ben's Chili Bowl was one of the few businesses that survived. Here, you can join the legacy of decades of U.S. presidents, except the current one obviously, and countless celebrities by chomping on a half-smoked chili dog. The half smoke is essentially a larger-than-usual pork and beef sausage, which is coarse, spicy, and smoked to crispy perfection. Alongside some cheese fries, you'll get the overall sensation of a classic American diner. Which leads to our next DC culinary staple, mumbo sauce. Sweet, tangy, and like a thin sweet and sour sauce, mumbo sauce is a local creation that pairs perfectly with wings and fries, but let's be real, people throw it on everything. Ethiopian food. When it comes to international cuisine, if you can think of it, DC probably has a restaurant for it. One of the most popular, thanks in part to a large Ethiopian migrant population, is, of course, Ethiopian food. My favorite spot in Adams Morgan is called El Fegna, formerly Zenebek. Here, you'll realize that Ethiopian food has a very distinct taste palette. Served atop a spongy bread called injera, where toppings like yellow split peas, meat tibs, chickpeas, and berbera spices come together in a peppery cardamom blend that, if you're not accustomed to, may be a bit shocking to the senses. Jumbo slice pizza. You've got that thin, large, and crispy sliced pizza in New York City, the rich, cheesy, and casserole-like deep dish of Chicago, and that classic wood-fired margarita pizza from Naples. But in DC, pizza comes in the form of a jumbo slice. Now, usually, a jumbo slice is the reward for a successful night out. As big as your entire torso, the floppy, cheesy jumbo slice kinda tastes like your elementary school cafeteria pizza, but it's still a DC staple and I would say worth the calories. Adams Morgan is a great place to find a slice. Baked and wired cupcakes. There's a long-standing debate amongst Washingtonians between baked and wired and Georgetown cupcake, and no offense to Georgetown cupcake, but I know where I stand. For one, baked and wired cupcakes are bigger, and their chocolate peanut butter cupcake is to die for. Rich, moist, and infused in a peanut butter icing, this cupcake should be the one that puts the cupcake wars in DC to rest. DC Brau Beer. Brunch and happy hour are almost like a religion in DC, and the craft breweries in the district keep that buzz going. From ales to lagers to porters, the selection here is fantastic. My most recent excursion saw me sipping on a perfectly pumpkin-spiced pint called Alternate Gourd. Definitely a seasonal thing, but with such a crisp and cozy taste, I couldn't go without mentioning it. There are 131 neighborhoods in Washington, D.C., and it goes without saying that these are just a few of the must-tries you'll find that capture the overall tastes of the district, and it's far from a comprehensive list. To experience Washington, D.C. through all 5 of your senses, grab a snack and check out my full love letter to D.C. right here. As always, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.